Floods devastated the northeastern Brazilian state of Bahia, along with these other states, after two dams burst on Monday. Inhabitants of this region have been suffering from intermittent flooding for weeks, causing many to lose their homes. Government data found that Bahia experienced its heaviest rainfall in the last 32 years. Moreover, the floods jeopardized pandemic relief efforts, with many vaccines destroyed as health offices went underwater. In response, the federal government released an emergency fund of over $35 million for disaster relief. However, local government officials estimate the relief funding won't be sufficient, especially with rains expected to continue throughout this week. Although the government has temporarily rebuilt some structures to allow civilian access, the timeframe for recovery remains unclear. On Tuesday, the Russian Supreme Court ordered the closure of Memorial International, the oldest human rights group in the country. The decision ends a year of mounting suppression of Russian activist groups, notably marked by the imprisonment of opposition leader Alexei Navalny in February. The court portrayed Memorial as a foreign agent due to the reception of funding from abroad. Memorial documented rights abuses during the Soviet Union as well as modern Russia. Numerous organizations have been similarly painted as geopolitical weapons meant to sow dissent against the government. Although Memorial plans to appeal the decision in the European Court of Human Rights, operations are likely to be defunct in Russia. The European Court of Human Rights has called for Russia to suspend the organization's closure while they examine the decision. In the long term, Russian President Vladimir Putin will increasingly stifle other activist organizations in an effort to weed out dissent. Anti-military protests were held on Thursday by the FCC coalition in Sudan. Over the past month, the Sudanese military has violently suppressed demonstrations protesting the coup led by this general on October 25th. Along with violent tactics, state forces have been imposing severe restrictions on free movement and internet access. Despite the recent reinstatement of Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok, support for a democratic transition among the military government remains unlikely. Nevertheless, the military points to the elections planned for July 2023 as a sign of progress. In response, expect further condemnation of the Sudanese military's use of violence from the UN and Western democratic allies. Civil disobedience will likely continue, though protesters are unlikely to accomplish their goals without international pressure on the military to comply with popular demands.